Hello.
Hi, better?
I hope so. But Chattel let us know. Yeah, I made a new intro because someone was asking when I came to the US. So I made an intro where it clearly says when I'm in the US. So hopefully people will. I hope I see a lot of people because I'm looking forward to going to the Estados Unidos. That's the United
Mm,
States in Spanish, Jamie.
is that? I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
No, but it's a full service I do. I teach you a little Spanish
Mhm.
now and again. But no, yeah, from the 14th to the 21st. Well, those 2 days are traveling days, but I'll be there, and hopefully I'll meet a lot of you, and uh, and uh, and we can have a fun time. Maybe go to Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Aw, I know.
I'm sorry, Peter, but remember, as all the good people in Massachusetts know, I am just a grifter in it for all the monies.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's there was one person yesterday on X calling me a grifter and saying I just jumped on Can Read because there was all these monies in it. And when I said, "Oh well, I'm willing to change my mind if you have any facts I have overlooked, but go back and look up my story about it and maybe tell me where I'm wrong." And then she wrote two or three tweets more about how I had to look at a piece of paper to remember it was Massachusetts, so I was just a massive grifter. And I don't know the states in the US. There's 52 of them. There's only
That,
50, Jamie.
yeah, I know.
You know,
But
you
it's,
were
but I
supposed to
hope
correct me.
did you say that to her? Yes, I
Yeah,
hope
I
you
said
did.
52, and I said, guess which president said that? It wasn't the current one, but then I said, and then no, then she said, "Oh, you looked on the screen, so you're just a grifter," and she blocked me.
Mm.
I love people who block me.
What a peach. What a peach.
Yeah. Well, I, I pay for premium because I show trials and I know it would annoy people, so I don't see it. And again, I like those $1.25 I get per stream in ad revenue, so I can't be too mad about the ads. But I know it's annoying. That's why I don't have much television anymore because I hate all of those ads. Hey, Liz, welcome, welcome. It's yeah, but today we will just have a quick run through of the Adam Montgomery case because jury selections is supposed to start on Tuesday. I actually thought they would start earlier because they talked about they might have had to have an extended voir dire period because it's such a big case, well known in the area. I believe back in was it September last year they talked about maybe starting Friday, but it looks like they're going to start Tuesday. But I'll
Yeah.
be covering it whenever they go live. It was a lady. It wasn't a guy. But Jamie, you know it. We've been through the affidavit together.
Mm-hmm. It's not nice.
Mo, it's not odd to say you're looking forward because this girl, yeah, yeah, she should have her justice. And of course, as always, even though I've seen this guy in court, I watched his gun case. I really despise him. He's innocent until proven guilty. We have to be equal in our presumption of innocence. But
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like him. And I think the state, because of his ex-wife Kayla, has a pretty strong case against him. Not Harmony has still not been found, but That poor girl. Let me. Nature is unfair because the people who should never, ever, ever bring life into this world breed with the same regularity as rabbits. And people who could be good and decent parents and give kids all the love struggle to have kids. Nature isn't fair that way. And in this case, yes, this is such a bad case. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's what you call an Eiffel Tower.
I know. I gotta finish that
In this
later.
case, oh, it's Adam Montgomery. Sorry, I thought you thought about my ex blow up yesterday. No, you're not
Oh,
late. We're just starting. He is a creep, and but still, we have to afford him the same presumption of innocence as we demand in every case.
yeah.
Thank you for covering this case as well as Karen Reed. These hit home for me. Well, thank you, Amy, for being here. And yeah, the Karen Reed case. Don't take this the wrong way. It's just a murder case with some very, very fishy details. But this case, when there's a 5-year-old involved, it strikes in a different way.
Hmm.
But yeah, and again, it was air quote just a murder. It's just when we look at the facts about it, we don't know what happened, and a guy was unalive. But this case, a guy gets the well, we get into that. I'm gonna be angry. She'll never be found. It's so sad what she went through. CPS should be charged too for allowing him to have a caseworker. Actually, we have a big scandal in Denmark right now because a waste management firm had an accident. The guy who owns it is one of the richest guys in Denmark. All the licenses they have applied for at the city were approved. The accident started to happen before he bought a stake in the shareholding. He didn't know about it, and the city never ever revoked any of the clearances they gave that company. And today, or yesterday, the city just made an inquiry and found out the city was not liable for anything. That's funny how it always works.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know nothing except the timeline. Well, let's get into it. Yeah, because again, it sounds like you're cold-hearted when you say just a regular murder, but it's again, there's a lot of murders out there, and when you cover as many as we do, we we don't like it to be a little more special, but yeah. Hey, that's James Bond's boss.
M.
Yeah, M. Well, I heard that's why I'm going to the southeast. Yeah, and again, go look at the Ruby Frankie case. They they visited that house multiple times. But again, as I said in that case, maybe it was because they looked a little too much like an Instagram photo of a nuclear family. Nothing happened. Go have fun with the ferals.
The feral children.
Well, I was told I need to rebrand because there's an Emily D. Baker, which is clearly the same as the Broken Baker. But let's jump into some of all this nonsense. I was kind of like, where should we start with it? And I thought maybe we should go to some of the videos out there we got. because I don't pay for that newspaper. But let's try and see this.
Yeah.
This is when the police met up with him the second time, I believe.
I'm really not being aggressive or anything, but like this isn't a little excessive, but just some papers.
No, man, just grab your stuff. I'll explain it to you. Let me see that needle right quick.
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody to get poked with it. I'll put it right here.
A little needle in
right
his
here.
pocket.
All right.
You can actually come stand over here.
The best parents always have needles in their pockets.
Oh yeah.
No, you know where it is, right? You should be here.
All right.
I'm gonna leave. Yeah, so I think it's Detective Dunleavy's coming to speak with you. All right, okay? Thank you, brother.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's heartbreaking that the mom didn't try to get in contact till 2 years after.
That's fine, but I gotta be in custody.
Well, that initially they stopped you. They just do that for safety, right? That's what the detainment part is. Once they determine you're safe, I'll.
No problem. Yeah.
So you said you had a needle on you,
I did.
stuff like that with weapons, like you've got to be extra careful.
No, I get that. I understand that. But, no, trust me, guys. I get that. 100%. But it's a little. Come on, I don't have nothing on me, but I don't know. You're free to go.
So nothing much in this. They just served him some papers. So that was just a little teaser to get us going. Then we had another video. This is the first time they address him. It's from a TV station. There's a lot of talking over it. I can't find the clear stream of this, but we still get the gist. This is when the police start looking into the disappearance of Harmony.
About his daughter's whereabouts.
We just need to find out where she is. That's all I'm concerned about. You're not in any trouble right now that I know of. Okay. We have no warrants. Okay. So.
Sorry.
Where's your daughter so we can check on her to make sure that she's okay? Right now, I have nothing to say to you guys. But that's not what I'm just asking. Okay. I have nothing to say.
The interaction lasts about 45 minutes before Montgomery is sent on his way. Police track Montgomery down again later that day, serving him with a court order to produce Harmony.
Some detectives want to speak with you. You're just being detained at this point.
5 days later, Montgomery is arrested on charges including second-degree assault for allegedly abusing Harmony. During an interview with detectives, Montgomery is asked several times about his daughter.
This isn't going to go anywhere. Like, this isn't going to stop. So,
No, I know it's not.
So
So
either get on the bus now or get run over.
I got nothing else to say.
Do you remember? Do you remember when we watched that interview?
When he was when he was at the cops.
Yeah. He was so he smoked like 5 cigarettes in 25 minutes and didn't want to talk about anything.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really bad case. Yeah, it's and that's the worst part. But again, remember, all of the people in her life are drug addicts. Each and every one. They lived in a car. They were evicted from their house. A house where apparently there was a lot of drugs going in and out of. And that's why I fell over this case to begin with. Hello, Nima. Welcome. This is well, it's not from your part of the woods, but next New Hampshire is next to Massachusetts, right? Well, it's near.
Hi, Nima.
So, and then I found another funny little, well, not funny, but again, a weird little video. Just gonna start it with
police she was romantic. According to court documents, Kelsey Small told police she was romantically involved with Adam Montgomery for more than a year. Kelsey told detectives she was aware Adam had 4 children with 2 women, but said Adam never mentioned Harmony Montgomery at all, and she did not have information about where she may be. During that same roadside interview, Adam Montgomery told detectives that Harmony was fine, but that he had not seen her since her biological mother came to Manchester to pick her up around Thanksgiving of 2019. Crystal Sorey is Harmony's mother, who raised the alarm about Harmony not being seen. Adam Montgomery was arrested in early January on an assault charge for hitting Harmony and remains inside Valley Street Jail.
Oh,
He has not
yeah,
requested
he
a bail
two
hearing.
times.
Kelsey Small is not implicated in any way in Harmony's disappearance, but there was hope she might have information from Adam that she might eventually share. Kelsey's cousin released a statement through a spokesperson that says, quote, "She was so much more than that. And
This
I
is
hate
his
that one of her
at
last
the
connections
time
here on
girlfriend
Earth
when
was to him."
he was arrested.
News 9 obtained Goffstown police records that reveal Kelsey was arrested outside a sober home where she was living, charged with DUI, second offense. She was released on bail. 5 days later, she was found dead in a hotel room.
Good Lord.
Kelsey Small's
That was just a part. She was with him at the time of the video we saw before, where he was stopped and given the summons to court. So, but she died, probably again, a whole heck of a lot of drugs. And they had a hearing about. It was on the 16th of January. I thought about, should we watch that or should we not? But it's just a lot of talking about what they want to bring in and not bring into the case, because he apparently, well, should we go over what he's alleged to have done for new people,
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. We'll do that.
This is what the trail will be about for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and her mother is Kayla, his ex-wife is Kayla, and his dead girlfriend was Carla, I believe. But these are the probable causes they used in the affidavit. That Crystal, no, her name was Crystal. Sorry, not Kayla. Crystal. There was two quick Kaylas, I know. And she reporting her missing at the police in 2021, and he got the custody over Harmony in 2019. It's to me, that's the worst part about this. No, of course the unaliving is the worst part, but still, not missing your kid for 2 years. And then the children's services said they had been unable to locate Harmony, and they investigated the whereabouts of Harmony. In the following days, they learned that Harmony had not physically been seen since approximately October-November 2019. And the mother notified authorities she hadn't seen her since Easter of 2019. The child had been in the physical and legal custody of her biological father, Adam Montgomery. The case was subsequently assigned, doing blah, blah, blah. She explained that she had lost custody of the child in July 2018 to the state of Massachusetts, in part due to substance abuse. Crystal said that both she and Adam had past its issues with substance abuse. So she didn't even get taken from her bad mother and given to a bad father. She was in the system. And the system said it's better for her to go live in a car with a drug addict.
It's crazy.
Hello, Buzzing for Truth. Welcome. Yeah, I hate drugs so much. I hate it. Remember the search warrant for him? They brought out well, Liz, we'll get into some of that. This won't be a pleasant stream. Let's just say that. But yeah, she reports she had regained her sobriety and tried to locate Adam and Harmony, and his Adam and his subsequent partner Kayla had blocked all communications through phone numbers, blah, blah, blah. She said over the years she made attempts to locate Harmony by contacting various schools and driving by addresses associated with Adam, but she was unable to make any progress. She said that she she believes she last saw her physically doing a FaceTime video with Adam around Easter 2019. And Adam was visible in the background of the video call. Crystal recalled that Harmony seemed frightened. Beginning of on 27/12/2021, they actually actively made attempts to track down Adam and to talk to involved family members. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, they made contact with various family members, and including parties associated with Adam, who resides in Florida. That's the grandmother who used to own the house they were thrown out of, among others. So through these family members, investigators received information that Adam had previously admitted to giving Harmony a black eye. And then they had a first interview with his wife. And Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam, who are all presently accounted for. And during his follow-up, he asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. She said sometime in November or December 2019, she saw Harmony one morning prior going to work. Adam said he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts at the time. She said that she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. She never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. And Kayla has not physically seen Adam since late October 2021 and had not spoken with him since around blah, blah, blah. And Adam was living at a sober house and had then left the area to live in Maine with another female. And on New Year's Eve, they made contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, Kelsey. He likes girls with a K sound. Who was sleeping in a vehicle in the area of blah blah. That's the one we saw in the second video. Small claims she had been romantically involved with Adam for a year. Small said that she was aware Adam had 3 children and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. Small claimed that Adam had never talked about Harmony and she had no information. And during the interaction, we stressed our concerns that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years, and that we had concerns for whether or not she was still alive. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. That's how you know it's good, when you don't care for your daughter. Well, maybe I should just read the summarization. Well,
Yeah, what is Kayla's testimony? Isn't she the one?
testimony in the grand jury is
Yeah, what'd she say?
she stated that she saw her around Thanksgiving and blah blah blah, but we know because we watched the gun case, she lied. So she had 3 charges of perjury. So let's jump into G, because G is her first proffer interview. During the proffer interview, Kayla admitted she had lied during her grand jury testimony. She stated that she had information related to Harmony Montgomery. She stated the family was evicted from where they lived on Guilford Street, which would have been blah blah. Kayla said after that they were living in their vehicle, which we know to be a Chrysler Sebring. During this time, living out in the vehicle, they stayed in a parking lot of Colonial Village. Doesn't matter. And then she said the guy Bordereau who they knew saw the Harmony and the 2 other boys and would wave to them. She said Bordereau brought them Thanksgiving leftovers while they were at Sebring, in the Sebring, and that he saw Harmony at the time. Kayla stated on the day the Chrysler Sebring broke down, Adam Montgomery struck Harmony, which caused her death. This is after she admitted to lying to the grand jury. This is the first proffer. Kayla will be the most important witness in this case because this paragraph 25 is what all of it hinges around. Kayla stated prior to the vehicle breakdown, Adam struck Harmony in the face/head on 3 separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. This happened while Adam was driving the vehicle. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat on the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face/head on 3 separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony. And I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something. Jimmy, we're not going to cover this, are we? Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to Burger King. And afterwards, the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. They stayed there for approximately 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute period. I bet they shut up.
Probably.
Yeah. I did. This was my first standalone case, was the gun charges against Adam Montgomery. I didn't know anything about, I just knew his daughter was missing. The affidavit wasn't released till later. Yeah, there's always a Burger King somewhere, and the devil's letters. But Kayla said after approximately 20 minutes, the family left, and shortly thereafter, the car broke down. Kayla said she thought the car died, blah, blah, doesn't matter. Kayla said that it was at that time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle, removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag, and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life-saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's dead body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. As you do.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla stated that while they were staying at Bordero's Audi after Harmony's death, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside of the trunk of the vehicle, but also would leave it out on the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. So, yeah. And then you have Bordero, and he testifies he saw nothing. He didn't talk about, didn't see Harmony in the Audi and didn't think about it. And that he only stayed there for 2 days. It's not really that important. And that's Bordero's girlfriend. Doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah. In his proffer interview, he stated that the Montgomerys came to him with just their 2 boys and no Harmony, and asked if they could stay with them due to being evicted and their car breaking down. He did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. Bordero stated they arrived with few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Bordero offered him his Audi to sleep, which was parked at the rear, blah, blah. Bordero was unclear on the time, at first saying it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, but then when confronted with information that Montgomery still had their own car, agreed that it may have been the following weekend. He said he provided them Thanksgiving leftovers. So, Bordero repeatedly denied seeing Harmony and stated he only knew that the family had been staying in the parking lot for 2 nights in his Audi. When confronted with the statement Kayla made about him seeing Harmony every day from Thanksgiving to the beginning of December and waving to Harmony and the 2 boys in the car, Bordero stated she was lying. I questioned Bordero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from their car when they broke down, and he stated he did not remember that happening. So there's some inconsistencies in that part. But again, Kayla is convicted of 3 perjuries against a grand jury. So she might
Yeah.
be lying a little bit sometimes. And then you have Bordero's girlfriend who just said she remembered the Montgomerys arriving, stressed because they were looking for drugs. She recalled them carrying duffel bags and trash bags, and when asked if there was any color to the duffel bags, she stated that she believed that there was but could not recall any details. She was not aware of Bordero had helped the family retrieve their belongings. Dimas remembered Adam, Kayla, and the 2 boys arriving, but was adamant she never saw Harmony. So again, Kayla doesn't add up with the other witnesses. Searching some of the... Oh, this is such a bad case. I wanted to find, because yeah, they located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in, and they retrieved Harmony's DNA from that one. That's good. The DNA obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological female. The DNA profile from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that of the biological child of Crystal Sorry. So it's not sure. It is at least 108 billion times more likely to see these genetic results if the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological child of Crystal Sorry than an untested, unrelated random woman. So it's pretty strong DNA evidence it was her.
Yeah.
Yes, Amy, I will be covering this trial. I just wanted to refresh everyone about this case and how bad it is. Oh, and then we come to the fun part. The movement of Harmony Montgomery's body by Adam Montgomery. Kayla explains how Harmony's body was moved to various locations over the course of the next several months. She stated that after living in the Audi, they moved in with her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Doesn't matter. When they arrived at residence, Harmony's body, which was still in a duffel bag, was placed inside a red cooler with a white top in the common hallway in the apartment building. The body was left there the whole time they stayed there. Yep, that's how you do it. I get so angry with this case. I'm sorry. But they didn't find anything in the cooler pertaining to Harmony. You have the cooler here. Then they moved to the next place, which was a family in transition shelter. In the Under Armour bag, Harmony's body was brought to the shelter. Adam placed it in the ceiling vent in the bedroom. She stated that during this time there was liquid coming from the bag containing Harmony's dead body, and there was an odor. She said Adam placed a trash bag around the bag to keep it from leaking. Oh, we can probably get pictures.
Oh, God.
Yes, we do. At the 6th of April, detectives conducted a search. During the search of the apartment, detectives located a ceiling vent in the bedroom, pictured here. That looks nice, doesn't it, Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the beds I slept in the military.
And this is the, like,
halfway
what did it
house.
say? Halfway house.
Yeah. Detectives removed the vent in order to check the top side of the ceiling sheetrock. There, next to the opening in the ceiling vent, detectives located a large area of straining. This area was directly next to the ceiling vent where Kayla Montgomery described that Adam Montgomery put Harmony's deceased body in the under armor bag. Detectives noted that this area had a smell consistent with decomposition. The photos below was taken by the detective who was standing up in the ceiling vent hole after the vent was removed. This area of strain is circled. We got pictures. A large section of was removed. The ceiling vent itself was also seized. The photo below shows the area. That's not so important. Forensic testing of the ceiling section. The ceiling with the blah, blah, blah. All the military things. Not military, all the technical thing. Noted and analyzed 10 identifiable impressions, 9 from the metal vent and 1 from the metal framing. Criminal, that's fingerprints they tested for. All 9 of the identifiable impressions from the metal vent was from Adam Montgomery. 3 to his left middle finger, 2 to his left little finger, 1 to his left ring finger and middle fingers, 1 to his left index. So 9 impressions. Both Adam and Kayla Montgomery was excluded from impression from the metal framing, so that's not that important. As a result, the impressions from the metal framing was identified as left little, ring, middle, and index, simultaneously fingers impressions of Yared B. Lujano. Investigators was able to confirm that an individual named Yared B. Lujano was a drywall installer who worked at the building. So there was a reason his prints was there. Yeah, poor Harmony. It's yeah, she when we watch the Crumpley case and see both of those are being charged together, why isn't Kayla being charged? But she probably made a good deal at some part. Well, Liz, we ain't done yet. So don't get too comfortable. This is a very, very bad case. No, they didn't make. Yeah, they made a little boy while living there because they had 2 boys and they ended up having 3. Drugs are bad. Okay. The state lab confirmed that the serology testing on the ceiling section produced several positive samples for human fluids. They couldn't get the DNA analysis and I can't say that word, analysis to work because there was potential inhibitors which prevented further analysis. 2 samples were cut and sent to a DNA lab in Florida, as was Harmony's DNA profile, Crystal's DNA profile, and Adam Montgomery's DNA profile. And when tested, one of the samples from the stain and the sample from the metal framing had insufficient amount of DNA and no further analysis was performed. The other sample from the stain indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals with at least 1 male contributor. Due to the complex nature of the DNA, it was inconclusive. So, yeah. The decision was made to send the entire ceiling section to DNA Labs International within the expectation that seeing the section analysis would be able to identify the best area. Let's see what the results are. The darker staining was thick in some areas, had texture. That's just where they put it from to make sure. This is where they cut it. It's just to make sure there's a trail of evidence. All you can read, people, look at how cops do it in other states. But the ceiling section was removed and removed metal framing was submitted. Forensic analysis, Alan Aykroyd International issued a report on the analysis on the ceiling sheetrock. The report notes that 2 samples was collected from the sheetrocks, which was then combined into one sample. The DNA profile obtained from the sample indicated at least one female contributor and was interpreted as 2 contributors. The report noted the DNA profile obtained from this sample is approximately 4.1 billion times as probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and an unknown person than if it originated from 2 unknown persons. This analysis provides very strong support for the proposition of Harmony Montgomery is a contributor. So this, yeah. It's a little bit late. Yeah, the warning. Well, it's always graphic on this channel. And they did another test, mixture of at least 2 individuals, Harmony Montgomery, Christy Sawyer, and Adam Montgomery could not be ruled out. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 1.1 trillion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and 1 unknown than if it originated from 2 unknown persons. That's pretty good DNA evidence.
Sure is.
So again, yeah. And then they went back and talked to Kayla again. And this, she described a time when a maintenance worker came to check the vent. That's the guy whose print they also found. After a complaint from another resident who Kayla identified as Paula. It's always Paula.
There's always a Paula.
Yeah. Adam took the Under Armour bag containing Harmony's body, which was inside a trash bag, from the ceiling, put it all inside another trash bag, and then replaced it in the ceiling. Kayla said that once maintenance was called to check the vent, Adam put the trash bag, Under Armour bag, Harmony's body into the closet. Stated that when maintenance checked the vent, they said it must have been a dead animal or something because they didn't see anything up there. And we talked to Paula, and she said that something smelled off, and yeah.
He's gonna have a tough time getting around this one.
Yeah. Then they moved Kayla's body again, because you do that. So they leased a new house. When they moved to the apartment, they brought Harmony's body with them. Adam put the Under Armour duffel bag with Harmony's body into a plastic bin storage container, which was then pushed on a stroller from this place to another. And he placed the plastic bin storage container into a closet in the bedroom. At one point, took the Under Armour bag out of the plastic container, and that Under Armour bag was leaking. He put another trash bag around it and placed it into the refrigerator. So that's the refrigerator you saw being removed in some of the pictures. Hey, Texas Jen, how are you doing?
Hi, Texas Jen.
Yeah. Kayla stated that... What?
Sorry, she said, "Can you imagine?" I said, "No, I cannot."
No, this is really, really, really a bad case. It really... Yeah, it's going to be really tough to watch this one. But after Harmony's body had been in the refrigerator, he transferred the body from the Under Armour into a new bag. Stated that this happened in the bathroom. Kayla stated that on the day in question, Adam spent 4 to 6 hours inside the bathroom with the shower running. Kayla then described Adam as placing Harmony's dead body inside of what she described as a Catholic Medical Center maternity bag. This bag was much smaller than the Under Armour duffel bag, and it would not likely fit Harmony's body unless it was, well, in smaller pieces. Kayla described an odor coming from the bathroom and saw a stream coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. Kayla recalled the scent of cleaning supplies in the bathroom. Kayla stated that afterwards, Adam placed the CMC bag inside the freezer of the house. And then they looked into the CMC bag. This is this one, the mom's place. A 5-year-old fit into this bag. Yeah. On her second interview, Kayla said that Adam actually transferred Harmony's body from the duffel bag to the CMC while they were still at Lake Avenue. That's the halfway house. She said that this happened about a day or two after maintenance checked the vent in their unit. So again, Kayla might not be the best witness, but it's the strongest one they got. Harmony's body moved to Portland Pie Company freezer on Elm Street. Do you like Portland Pie,
Oh God.
Jamie?
Never again though.
Yeah. She herself then brought the CMC maternity bag to Adam's place of work, Portland Pie Company. This was done at Adam's request the same day Adam transfers her body. The maternity bag with Harmony's body was between the two boys in the stroller. Adam kept
Portland
the
Pie
CMC
Company. M. Young said, "What is Portland Pie?" It's where he was working, right?
Yeah, it's a Portland Pie. I think it's some ice cream thing. But keeping their sister between them while they walked there to the walk-in cooler in the restaurant for a week or so. With a former Portland Pie Company employee, he stated he had worked at the restaurant as a server in front of the house, blah, blah. Portland Pie Company in Manchester closed about this and this day. He recalled seeing the CMC bag in the cooler on a couple of occasions on both the floor and shelf, but never questioned Montgomery about it since he knew he had children. Why is it that? Yeah. That's weird. Why you wouldn't ask questions? So I can just leave stuff at your freezer because I have kids. And they have a delivery driver who also vaguely recalled him tucking a bag into the cooler but could not remember the details. It should be noted that Adam worked at the restaurant as a dishwasher and cooked between 1:14 and 2:22/2020. These witnesses corroborated what Kayla stated. Kayla also advised that she was actually in the 644 unit, second bathroom, when Adam took Harmony out of the CMC maternity bag. A photo of the bathroom follows for reference. I don't know why. Adam took Harmony out of the maternity bag at the second bathroom so that he could add lime to the CMC maternity bag to help with the decomposition. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the CMC maternity bag into the shower. Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. She had skin, teeth, and hair. And Kayla could still tell it was her. Adam put half a bag of lime or a little more into the bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony's body back into the CMC maternity bag. Harmony's body was frozen. Kayla saw Adam run hot water and tried squishing Harmony's flesh to thaw it and make it easier to fit her into the bag. She helped cut her clothes off the body to make her fit better.
Oh, she helped? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough you're sitting by and letting him do that. But then
Yeah.
you're going to assist? Like, come on.
Thank you for the joke. I needed a little enlightenment.
I seen it. I was just waiting for you to acknowledge it first.
Yeah. When does it occur to her that he could also do this to the children? Probably never, because they were drug addicts. Very, very big drug addicts. And the way they described it in the gun case, how they treated their kids, it was always the next fix. Always the next fix. Nothing about the kids. Nothing about. They didn't have electricity because they didn't pay the bills, so they just put up a generator so they could run the fridge, and I can't remember, like 2 or 3 things. That was all they had of electricity in the house. And the child protection services was at the house more than once and said, well, that's fine. Yeah, she helped. Well, she spilled the beans, and that's going to be interesting. When we watched the gun case, that's one of the reasons I watched the gun case, to see how they tried to show her dishonesty, or try to take away the power of her testimony. And well, she lied a few times as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be horrific. Well, welcome to the fun world of live coverage.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say it. I don't think she's the mom of the year material. This is she doesn't come off as what's yeah. But remember, she made 3 kids with this guy as well.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
always the ones that shouldn't.
Yeah, it's always the ones who shouldn't. And again, my sister went through like 2 or 3 years of what's it called, IV assisted to have her 1 kid, and this guy had 4. Ugh.
Texas Jen, sorry if I'm behind, but did she say how Harmony was initially unalived? Can you
Yeah.
recap?
I'll read it for you, Texas. I know you like a good story. Because the rest of the story, they moved again. He rented a U-Haul with the help of a friend. The most gory details is gone. But yeah, let's. This is still. It takes a little while. Sorry.
Don't be sorry, Texas Jen. It's okay.
No, it's fine. We're only 24 people here. We have time to do that. And everyone loves to hear this again. This is why I hate this case. Now we're close to it. Are you ready, Texas? Prior to the vehicle's breaking down, Adam struck Harmony in the face on 3 separate occasions.
Because she had a bathroom accident.
Because she had a bathroom accident. She was a 5-year-old girl who had just stayed with him for approximately half a year. This happened while Adam was driving the vehicle. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat of the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face, head on 3 separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of, he felt something or heard something. No. Heard something when he hit Harmony, and I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something. Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop and get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on the way to Burger King. Yeah. No, because 4-year-olds have accidents. It's totally normal. It's
Well, they were living in a car too, so I'm sure they maybe hadn't stopped yet.
No, and they'll
everybody go to
probably
the
go to
bathroom.
Burger King to get their breakfast and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, it's really, really a bad case. I forgot how bad it is. You used to work pediatrics. It's surprisingly sad how much this it. Yeah, and as I said in the beginning, it's always the ones who shouldn't have kids who get 5 kids. But the indictments against him is he's indicted for one count each of second-degree assault, second-degree murder, witness tampering, and falsifying physical evidence. He's also charged with abuse of a corpse. Charges are based on the December 7th murder of defendant's 5-year-old child and the March 4th disposal of a corpse. The charges of falsifying physical evidence and abuse of a corpse are alleged to have occurred between December 7th and March 4th. The charges of second-degree assault is based on the defendant's July 2019 assault on Harmony. Finally, the defendant is alleged to have tampered with Kayla Montgomery between December 7th and January 4th. It is anticipated that at trial, multiple individuals will testify that they witnessed Harmony with a black eye following the July 2019 assault, an assault in which the defendant admitted committing. It's also anticipated that multiple witnesses will testify regarding the abuse perpetrated upon Kayla. Kayla is an eyewitness to Harmony's murder and the defendant's actions both immediately before and the events that followed the murder. It's because he wanted to have the cases split. That's why we have this document.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Texas, you are always welcome to ask questions, as I say.
And yes, the body has never been found, right?
No, nobody found so far. Yeah, and it's almost like I think crack makes you really horny, and you might not do the best decisions on crack.
Okay. Oh, Lord Baker.
It's true. You don't make good decisions. But we have Kevin Montgomery, who reported he visited the defendant, observed Harmony with a black eye. When Kevin asked what happened, the defendant told him that he bashed her around the house, that he punched her in the face. Kayla overheard that one. Yeah. After Kayla heard that, she confronted her, and he admitted, "I did that to Harmony." He previously have told her that it happened when she played. Kayla had made initial statements regarding her purported knowledge of the July assault. She also made statements regarding Harmony's murder and defendant's extensive cover-up. On June 3rd, Kayla was arrested for 2 charges, based on statements she had made in a prior testimony before the grand jury. That same day, she agreed to be interviewed by law enforcement. Kayla provided new information about the defendants concerning the July assault on Harmony and the subsequent murder. That was contrary to her initial statement and which inculpated the defendant with respect to the instant case. Kayla subsequently provided 2 additional interviews. Yep. Last Thursday, January 11th, this is the last hearing before the trial where he tried to have the case split so the assault wouldn't go in with the murder.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you should all follow the Broken Baker. Last Thursday, January, members met with Kayla in anticipation of the trial and subsequently sent defense timely notice of 3 new disclosures that the defendant cites here as grounds to withdraw his motion. That Kayla herself saw the defendant strike Harmony in the week prior to the family becoming homeless, when in her earlier June 3rd proffer, she stated she had not seen. That Kayla disclosed the reason she believes the defendant cut off contact with Harmony's mother was because he was bruising Harmony, and that Kayla now described Harmony as skinny and looking exhausted at the time where they were living homeless in their car before she described her her weight as 60 to 65 pounds. So again, she might not be the most trustworthy. So this is just a motion that was struck down. But our good friends over at some other side has a little thing about they wanted several pieces of potential evidence excluded, and that's he consistently maintains his innocence. Despite year-long search effort, the girl has never been found. Defense exclusionary requests, however, appear to offer some insights into how the state might account for the lack of the child's body. Public defenders Caroline Smith complained that the state plans to introduce evidence to the client's purchase of 2 40-pound bags of pelletized limestone from 2 separate Home Depots in late February. The first purchase allegedly occurred at the store in Hooksett. The second purchase at the location in Manchester. Each time, prosecutor alleged Adam Montgomery paid in cash. The second shopping trip to the popular hardware store included a markedly more substantial shopping list. In addition to the lime, the defendant allegedly purchased a metal-cutting diamond blade, a power grinder, and a lithium-ion battery and charger for the tool. So, yeah, and they will try to tie it in through the testimony of Kayla Montgomery, because she talked about he pouring lime over it. There's no evidence that lime is such a unique purchase that would connect the purchase to the Montgomerys. The police did not check other hardware stores, agricultural stores, and other locations that might have sold these. And I don't know, how many times did you buy lime in your life, Jamie?
I don't think ever.
No? Well, it's not that uncommon.
Well, I don't know what you even use it for. I mean, the only thing I know it's used for is that, because of true crime that I watch. But what is it actually used for?
Well, it's a good cleaning agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's caustic soda. You put it in your you can also put it in your yard to help the soil.
Peter A.
Yeah. You can put it on your lawn too, but caustic soda is a lime product, and it's really good for cleaning because it's caustic. It'll take everything away. Put the lime in the coconut.
Yeah.
Hey, C-Star, thank you for joining.
Hi, C-Star.
My buddy used to sail with a boat up, so it sailed to Greenland, where they sailed. They transported it, and all of those pipes that ran along the walkways, they got they rusted through because it's a very very bad product to sail with. And he said when it dripped on you, it just eats your skin off. It's a really good thing to use in war. DUI guy, I think you're in the wrong chat. I don't think DUI guy is over here. Maybe. He's welcome. This we just read. We read that one. I just wanted the last. Yeah, they want to have the video we saw at the car. They want to have that removed. I don't get why. Because they said we just need to find out where she is to make sure she's okay. And he said, right now I have nothing to say to you guys. And again, that's a Fifth Amendment issue. He's allowed to not have anything to say. The girl was only reported missing by her mother in December 2021. Crystal Sorry had custody of her daughter on and off for years between 2014 and 2018 due to substance abuse issues. And Adam Montgomery has been in jail since January 2022 for allegedly assaulting his daughter. He has since been charged, tried, and convicted of several gun-related crimes. Amid the investigation into the girl's disappearance, Kayla Montgomery was charged with fraud for continuing to collect public benefits even after Harmony Montgomery was no longer alive. She was also later charged with lying to a grand jury. As part of a plea deal in those cases, the defendant's wife will testify against him in his trial, slated to begin on February 6th in Hillsborough County Superior Court, which is Tuesday. So I hope it starts Tuesday, because they were talking about they needed longer time to pick a jury. So I really hope that they start tomorrow, so we don't have to wait 4 days to get started. That's yeah.
So they're supposed to start with the jury stuff tomorrow?
Yeah, Tuesday. No, I said it was because in the first hearing they talked about needing extra days to pick the jury because of this big case. So I said I hope they will start tomorrow, so they could pick jury Friday, Monday, and start Tuesday. But I don't know, or else it'll probably be Thursday or Friday before they're ready to go, because jury selection probably won't be easy in this case.
Can't imagine it would. I'm sure a lot of people know about it.
Yeah. Don't let your dog play in the yard until the lime dissolves. Yeah, no, that's really bad for the dog's feet.
Yeah.
It's a really, really crazy case. But just to round off this amazing walkthrough of a case, I thought we should watch the police interrogation of this wonder of a dad.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, dad of the year material.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just put this on. I made a new one. And then I have, or else Peter will write me on X and tell me to move the little thingy. Are you happy now, Peter? I will have a puppy from tomorrow. He was supposed to bring it today, and then he wrote me, can I come tomorrow? So I will have some puppy therapy that make me go outside and have some fresh air during this trial. But let's see how this works.
We might be able to work on that in a few. We just turn this on. This is audio and video recorded. You all right with that?
Nope.
Okay. We'll do our best and try to get you a cigarette.
Yeah, we got cigarettes somewhere, so try to work on that, okay? Before we have any conversations, I'm just gonna have you read something, okay? And then we'll just go from there. All right, just so you know, because you're under arrest right now, I have to read you this stuff, or you have to read it to me. Again, Detective Riley, Detective Dunleavy. It's January 4th, 2022. It's 8:55 p.m. You can read and write English, correct? Okay.
I'm just going to speed it up. It's
Adam,
just
I'm going to have you
Miranda right.
start from there where it says I, and then I'm just going to have you read down.
Adam Montgomery, and the regiment Tyler.
Oh, start from here. I am Montgomery.
Yeah, it's a really sad case. And no lawyer.
Do you understand all of these 1 through 5?
Yep.
Okay. What I'm gonna have you do? Just initial 1 through 5. That just indicates that you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
But at least they gave him a piece of paper saying,
All right.
you know, you can have
Can
a
you just
lawyer.
read that line
You
for me?
understand each of these rights. Yep.
And you're gonna check either yes or no. All right. And then read the next line for me.
Are you willing to have each of these rights? And are you willing to waive each of these rights and answer questions? Sure.
But let's just say this
Now,
isn't
I'm
his
just gonna
first
sign that
rodeo.
line.
So he has been in that position before.
Appreciate it.
Before we go forward, can we get a cigarette in here?
So there's a sensor in there.
That's
so
the first
I'll work
thing
on
he asked
getting you a
about.
cigarette at
Before we
some
go
point.
forward, can we get a cigarette?
I can't promise you one right now just because the room we're in, and if this starts going off, I don't want to
But
flood the building. You know what I mean?
It's like they're gonna go off.
That thing will, the sprinkler. So, but at some point we'll work on getting you. I know we have cigarettes in here. I know where they are. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? Do you need water?
I don't need nothing.
You good? Okay. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Okay. What's not okay?
Nothing. What's up?
So I'm just gonna ask you some basic questions. You said you can read and write English, correct?
Sure.
All right. Can you state your full name for me?
Adam Montgomery.
And Adam, what's your birthday?
12290.
And what address are
He
you
is-
using to call?
Well, I'm 27, but in the real world,
phone
he's
number are you
13
using?
years younger than me.
What
He
was the
looks
highest level of education?
10 years older.
GED.
What's
Wait,
the
Where'd you graduate
GED?
high school from?
Is that how old he is?
Yeah, he's from 90. So he's 34
I
years
didn't
old.
even I didn't even catch that. Jesus Christ, he is rough.
He's 34 years old and he looks like that. Drugs are a really bad hobby.
Wow.
Just have to say it.
Hmm.
I got confirmed in 1989, and jeepers, he's 30. My gym buddy is 33, and even though I make fun of her a lot, she doesn't look that old. Well, she does. Well, hopefully that she doesn't watch this channel. But imagine ruining your life like that. I know drugs and it's an illness and all of that, but who in their right mind thinks I can control crack? It doesn't control me. We
Right.
know it, how bad it is, but no, I can just do it on the weekends. Yeah, he does look way older than you do. It's and living in a car with underage kids. It's I'm not for terminating anything, but some people.
Hmm.
I did it. I got a GED.
No, but I know. But like, where'd you get
While I
that?
was incarcerated.
Okay.
It is
Right now, are you
GED
under
in,
the influence of any
in
drugs or
prison.
alcohol?
No.
Okay. Do you have any traumatic brain injuries or anything like that? Anything that prohibits you from recalling any memories or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
But a GED, that's a high school exam, or what, Jeremy?
So we've met before, right? We met the other day. I know you've had a long time down
GED?
here. You've kind of been a
Yeah.
It's where you don't actually graduate high school, but you go back and take the test to get a just like a certificate. So
Yeah, but it's a high school. It's like my school I took.
yeah, it would be like
Yeah.
just going back and taking a test to get your diploma instead of actually having to go to school.
Okay. What's the other one you can have? You have the
Um,
LSATs? No, that's a lawyer thing.
No, it's like the SATs where you take
SAT,
for college
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
But that's another test you have to show to get into, to show you can go to college or something.
Yeah, to like just be able to, I guess, I mean, I never took it because I never went to a real college, but a lot of people do if they want to go to like a nice college and get like scholarships and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, because we only hear about it in movies, and I don't know what it means.
I never actually took it. No. I can't imagine what it's like. Ugh.
Online read, I could technically could have been his teen mom. Yeah. No, I wasn't active until the year after, so he couldn't have been mine. General Educational Development Certificate. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just I took some classes which would be remember in Denmark we have three different directions you can go after our normal school. We go from kindergarten to 10th grade, 9th or 10th grade, and then you can choose between the gymnasium. The gymnasium is where you go if you want to study on the university or stuff like that. You could go to a business school if you want to work in an office or within office jobs with trading and stuff like that. And then you can get craft schools where, like I did, I went to a baker college and you can be a carpenter and stuff like that. But you can go back as a hand job worker. Thank you, Mo, for that expression. You can go back at something called higher preparatory school, probably, and get the same degree you get on the gymnasium. And so you could study on if you wanted to do that. If you perhaps if I want to be I could study to like being a food science guy or something like that. I need that exam to get in. Normally it's a 2-year, but you can take one course at a time, like I did. So you get a certificate in the end. Yeah, business school. It's where if you want to work in a bank or if you want to work in an office as a clerk or something, you go to business school, and then you go to craft school if you want to go and be a hand worker like I was.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and I'm still paying off mine too because I have a 42% tax bracket, and I pay 25% value-added tax on every purchase I make. So I pay for my education. I pay for my free healthcare. I just pay a different way. I want to become a businessman like Donald Trump. Well, then you'll probably have to go into. When you finish that business-oriented school, we have like business college as well. You can work up to that as well. So a businessman doing business, or like Dale Brooks said, "What the bitnet, what the bitnet, what the bitnet." But yeah, we have 3 different ways, and all of them are free. But it's again, we pay it over our taxes because free doesn't exist. It's just a high tax or low tax society. And again, I don't get to choose if I want to pay for another person's college. At least you get to do that by not attending Harvard or something and going to a local community college.
Coaster. I'm going to apologize for what happened out there. That's not how I do business. Okay, that had nothing to do with me. Those are guys that like to play GI Joe. All right. If it had been up to me and I could have gotten a hold of you some way, I would have reached out to you. But you don't have a phone, right?
You guys could have just told my wife she wanted me to come in.
But aren't you not supposed to be talking to your wife?
No, that's bullshit.
It's not. You're not supposed to.
No, I can't be. Thank you. Look at that. I can't be.
I guess they're gonna let you smoke.
I think they arrested him. And no, he's not allowed to talk to his wife because that's Kayla and she has a restraining order against him. So again, he is lying. But talking about G.I. Joes, I have my package for my G.I. Joe I got from Aaron.
Aaron Hack. Oh.
Yeah. And talking about Aaron Hack, thank you so much, Carrie, for contributing to my plane ticket. And Russman Rance for my 15 corner kisses. So
15.
yeah, but Carrie gave me a big red boy.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
you guys are so nice.
I think it's because it's government buildings, they don't fix stuff.
Cigarette. They must have talked to somebody.
So I don't know who's saying I can't talk to my wife because that's bullshit.
Maybe it's some old paperwork that somebody saw.
Yeah, from last year, but it was over and done with after I got out of jail.
So that's all clear.
DCYF said it was cleared up. The police said it was cleared up. Everybody said it was. They said that there was no contact order between me and her.
Okay, and that's Kayla we're talking about. Okay. Well, you know, if that's the case, then that's my fault for maybe not checking a little bit further into it, so I apologize for that. Again, I apologize for the way things went down out there. Like I said, I'm not part of the SWAT team. I don't do that stuff. If
He's
I
been
had a good
smoking a lot.
number for you, I would have just called you in. But I don't have you don't have a phone, you said, right? Okay. So I apologize for that. I do appreciate you being cooperative with me. You've never given me a hard time. I know we've only met a few times, so thank you for that. Let's talk about why we're here to talk.
Tell me what you want to say.
Tell me what you know.
I don't know nothing.
Well,
I know
what was our
nothing.
conversation about the other day?
You said you had a couple questions you wanted to ask me. You asked me the questions.
Well, what was our conversation about the other day? Remember we met, I mean, you remember that was only, what, a few days ago, right? We had a lot of,
Yeah,
worried people,
great success is
scared people right now
fond of his caps locks.
in the community.
We let him
I
do
know
that.
you're worried about the well-being of your daughter.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get ahead of this because I don't want you to be painted as a monster.
Well, that's what you guys are already doing.
I am?
No, we're not.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain that?
That's what you guys are already trying to do, man.
Explain to me how I'm trying to make you, or whoever is trying to make you out to be a monster. Who's telling you that stuff? Is there somebody that I work with that told you that? Somebody you're close with, that they told you that?
No.
All right. But you understand this whole thing is getting a little out of hand, would you agree?
Of course. But
So that's why,
look, it's just the way you guys are going about it.
and again,
Yeah,
I don't
not you specifically, but
Right.
yeah, nobody comes out there like that for a second-degree assault charge. Nobody. But for worse charges, they don't come out and throw fucking flashbangs at my girlfriend's car and ram us into the fucking guardrail. They don't do that.
Oh,
For a
so that's what
second-degree assault
happened.
charge.
again, you understand what the charges are, right?
Second-degree assault, right?
Yep.
Okay,
There's also an endangering the welfare charge
okay.
and interference with custody.
Hmm.
Okay,
So how did I interfere with custody?
So that paperwork that we served you the other day, you remember that?
Okay.
When they were in the alleyway, remember outside of Lake?
That's the first video we saw where he was standing with his needle.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And-
the paper we got.
Yeah, I get confused on the Massachusetts accent and who has it where. 'Cause I will see some of those people that live in the Boston area and they don't sound like that, but then you get people like this that do. It's so weird. But
It's
I
kind of
love it.
like, London has like 28 different accents. And I might
Sure.
say something that is totally because of my
I know.
racisms. But it seems poorer people have a more pronounced accent in that area.
Yeah.
It's more like them fine folks speak real fine like.
Makes me very sad too.
Yeah, that's
Because
the worst.
I want to like go, oh, but then he's a monster. So
Yeah, we have to get Tom to call you every night after we watch this trial.
yeah, he's gonna have to come say hi at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's paperwork that you have to comply with. You understand that, right? We had that conversation, did we not?
Yeah, a big
Right.
part of it is.
So that's what that's all about. Like,
So second-degree assault charge, what is this referring to?
well, that's what we want to talk to you about.
Well, explain to me what I'm being charged with it. What the hell am I being charged with it for?
Well, your daughter had some injuries
What?
that you know about when you lived on Guilford Street.
No, I do not. What are you referring to?
Well, you were there, I wasn't, right?
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to her having some good marks.
What are you referring to?
Marks that were left on her by you.
Absolutely not. I have nothing else to say.
Like I'm We talked about how we were worried about your daughter the other day, right?
Okay.
You remember that conversation?
I remember that conversation, but right off the rip, with the way you're approaching the conversation, you guys are completely
Right off the rip.
Me?
Yeah.
Do I, in the time you've known me, which
What
is,
you just said to me, you guys are completely out of line.
okay, but so
What's completely out of line in this questioning?
Mhm.
They just said, we served your papers and there's some injuries to your daughter we want to talk about. And this completely out of line. Well, just talk to them, said that's not true. It's Kayla, she's a lying BI.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
because he wants them to tell him what they know.
exactly.
Because if they don't know anything, then he's not going to admit to it for sure.
Yeah, the flapping sound you hear is Jamie's dog ears sometimes.
Yeah, my dog came in here to shake.
That's just coming in to shake and walk away again.
Yeah, little brat.
Yeah, Liz, I feel kind of like, as Jamie says, he just wants to bait them to tell them what do they have so he can kind of fabricate a lie that goes with it. And again, he got his GEDs in prison, so he knows the system. He knows how to work. And you heard the detective say, I've always been fair to you. So it's not his first rodeo, let's just say it that way. And I believe he got 65 years for the gun charges. So either way, he's not going to see daylight again.
explain to me, how are we on the line?
I have nothing to explain.
Okay, but wouldn't you rather explain it so we can make sense of it than just have other people's side of the story? Like, you want to defend yourself and like this picture people are painting of you, now's your chance, man. Defend
Whose side of the story? Who's telling you these things?
people that were close to you.
Obviously not.
Well, maybe at the time, maybe not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that reward on the news, right?
No, I did not.
Do you know that the reward is about $40,000 to find where your daughter is right now?
Okay.
When you start throwing money around like that, people come out of the woodwork that you would never expect to do.
Okay.
So, like I said, when I talked to you a few days ago,
Can I have another cigarette?
sure, I kind of told you this thing was going to get a lot bigger.
That's not right.
And we wanted to get ahead of it.
But you're sitting there telling me that.
Leandra, yeah, the uncle said he had black eyes. But didn't cops go, what did they? No, the cops didn't go because this was before. This interview is from, I believe, January last year, 2 years ago, 2022. The girl went missing in 2019. But because the mom was a drug addict, she didn't start looking for her until 2020, 2021, where he was picked up and then thrown in the slammer. She's supposed to have died around Halloween. No, not Halloween. The turkey thing. Thanksgiving, I believe. Thanksgiving 2019. So they couldn't look her up. They just know the uncle said and Kayla said that he did it. Yeah, and again, the second they started to push him, oh, can I have another smoke? He's really trying to get around this one.
Yeah.
Well, I would say his crack use is probably worse. Maybe it's just because it's free cigarettes. Yeah, we don't have that. We have nothing to be thankful for other than our socialist government.
Right off the rip.
Right
that
off
there
the
was
rip.
something wrong with my daughter because of me. No, that's bullshit.
Okay. So if your daughter had marks on her at some point when you lived over there, how would you explain those?
How was she got those marks?
Well, I would love to know when that marks were there because DCYF came to my house multiple times.
Okay. And we know that they came there.
Right. And
Not
and
really
close the
something to brag
case.
about.
Okay. Do we know that DCYF is the flagship agency in the country?
No, but if there was significant marks like you're referring to, I believe they would have flagged something at that point, and they would have said something. They wouldn't have came there and seen.
Well, it's not mentioned. I just went through the affidavit. It's not mentioned that any officers noticed anything. I know that DCYF were there a few times and looked into it, and I don't believe they talked about marks on the body, but they talked about the state of the home, how bad it was. That they had a generator running because they didn't pay for electricity, and it was only like the fridge and stuff like that that was hooked up.
Yeah.
Hey, Unbronzed, how are you doing?
Hey, Laura.
That the kids were well taken care of. All the kids loved being at the house with me.
So let me tell you about what second degree assault is. Because there's a lot that encompasses that charge. Basically, if there's a mark on a kid that's under a certain age, it constitutes second degree assault. Although it is a felony, which sounds extremely intimidating, it doesn't mean that somebody got their head bashed in or they got cut up or whatever. So although it sounds pretty intimidating, the charge, I understand that. What we're talking about doesn't mean that it's the craziest crime that's ever been committed. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
So somebody could have.
I think that entire family is effed up, and it's going to be very interesting to see what. That's why I watched the gun case when I first heard about this, and I saw the gun case was coming up. I wanted to see not so much to see him, but I wanted to see all the other witnesses, and none of the witnesses except the cops was in any way what I would call stable people. All of them were recovering drug addicts.
Yeah, it was
Some
bad.
of them maybe a little less recovered than others. 2,000 kilometers to Tasmania. Watch out for the devils. They have devils in Tasmania.
A bruise or a really bad welt on them, and that would constitute second degree assault for a kid under a specific age. So that's why that charge is there. So nobody is saying that you took like a baseball bat or like stabbed your kid. Like, I'm just going to put that out there. That is not what anybody's saying about you. So I know you're concerned with when I say second degree assault, but it sounds a lot worse than I think you're thinking it is. Are we kind of on the same page?
Yeah, but for you to sit there and say that it was inflicted because of me.
We're just going on what we hear. You're not telling us how it happened, so we're going with what we have.
But I don't even know what you're referring to. What are you referring to?
Yeah, you know.
Your daughter had a mark on her face that multiple people have told us was inflicted by you.
Multiple people that weren't even living with us at the time.
Well, there was enough people that had spoken about it.
Yeah.
People share knowledge of what they know.
So somebody, you telling him, and then he tells you, and then he tells you, so something that just gets passed down the line.
It's yeah, I'm not talking about like a game of telephone here. I'm saying that people say a story and then the details kind of fill themselves in, like corroborate. Do you know what the word corroborate means?
Of course I do.
Okay. You're a smart guy. I'm not trying to insult.
Kayla to me is the best witness and the weakest link. Because she has proven lied. And I don't like that your American system has that you can make a plea and there's certain terms that you must testify in a case. Because to me, that'll of course, it would never happen because the judge and the system is 100% above the board and fair and everything. But if you say you could be an accomplice to this unaliving, but if you take the stand and tell us what he did, we'll keep you out of it. Because we don't think you did it, but charges could come down. So you better sing. And we'll give you a nice little reduction. Let's say, like in the Treehouse case, you can get life or you can get 5 years. You just have to testify. We really like this guy as our perpetrator. How do you think about that? I would remember everything they wanted me to remember to stay out of prison for life. Of course, I would never lie. But I'm pretty sure a lawyer who gave me that deal would probably not be looking too much into inconsistencies and charge me with perjury if I said everything he wanted.
I agree.
Greedy. Be nice. Panda melons and potteroos. I know not what you're talking about. Yeah, of course she should have come forward. Of course she should have talked. She should have said to him that day, "You stupid moron! Let's call the police. Let's call EMT. Let's try to save her life." And that's why I don't like her, even though she got new glasses and probably is not smoking as much meth as she used to do. Hey, Luna. Oh, I missed you. How are you doing, girl?
Hey, Luna.
Well, sometimes they do when it's too obvious, but still, do the jury think it's I just don't like it. You can't do a plea deal in Denmark. Small kangaroo species. Oh, I didn't. Well, I know there's different sizes of kangaroos, but I just thought there was red and something kangaroos. 1 out of 10 doctors, do you recommend Colgate? No. It wouldn't be hard to find Adam guilty. I get they needed her, but she got out and should have been charged with CA at least. Yeah. But again, are you local to that area? I don't think. Well, of course they will pick a jury that's totally unbiased against him. But you have the DNA evidence. You have her testimony. But the cross-examination of her will be interesting. Very, very interesting. Because why didn't you say anything? I was afraid of him. Why didn't you run? Why didn't you go stay at a shelter? Why did you stay with him? Why did you have another kid with him?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an interesting cross-examination.
All your intelligence, but when people kind of fill in the blanks, that's what I mean by like we're corroborating that story. But this is your time to tell me, kind of explain that. If you're saying this was a mistake or this was an
I don't
accident,
even know what you're referring to. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is I don't even know what you're referring to.
I'm saying she had a mark on her face. I mean,
Okay, I don't even know what you're referring to.
you don't recall your daughter ever having a mark on her face.
The reason DCYF came out to visit you guys, you don't recall that? Why did DCYF come out and start visiting you guys? What was the allegation?
If I remember correctly, it was because of I believe at the time, I could be wrong. I believe it had something to do with my uncle saying I was using drugs, and I wasn't.
Now, who's your uncle? So we are clear.
Kevin.
But hope you're
Kevin's
feeling
last name?
better now.
Montgomery. Now, he lived there with you?
He lived there with me.
Aww.
Right around
I
the
hope
time
you're
when I was
feeling better,
first going
honey.
back to get custody from my daughter.
Okay.
And then he left in April, May, March, something around that time.
And just so I have it right, because I don't want to guess or get confused, What house are we talking about?
Guilford Street.
All right, and what was the number there again?
I'm not 100%.
Okay. Do you remember what color the house was at least?
Beige, maybe.
Okay. And whose house was that originally?
My grandmother's.
All right. And grandma is who?
Kevin's mother.
Kevin's mother.
My dad's mother.
Okay. So was it the Montgomery group living over on Guilford Street?
Yeah, and they all moved out. My grandmother moved out in like January with my little brother, and they all moved down to Florida, and then Kevin went a couple months later.
And so grandma, Uncle Kevin, you said little brother, and who's he?
My father's son, Michael.
So Michael, that's what I meant. Like, what's his first name?
Yeah, and his girlfriend.
And his girlfriend. And is he still with that same girl now?
I have no idea.
Oh, so you don't talk to Michael anymore?
No.
Okay. What was that girl's name at the time? Because maybe she could help us to say that, like, this is
Kayla, I believe.
So Michael's girlfriend name was Kayla at the time?
It's named Kayla in that
you
area.
dated
Oh,
Kayla
yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
So it kind of got confusing in the house. Somebody's yelling.
Kayla's
Now
a
I know
very
why I
common
got-
name.
So,
And now I know why it got messed up. The girl who had a gun stolen was Kayla too. Stolen. Who might
Mhm.
just have sold them for some drugs. No, she's had them stolen. Yeah, I don't like to do them, but this one was just it's so rough to say interesting, but the way that no one's looked for her for 2 years, I thought I would cover it because children's cases, I really every time I get a summons to court, I always fear it's one of those SA at kids.
Hmm.
And again, in 12 years of jury duty, I have had one. So I praise the Lord every day that I've only, and there was nothing, no pictures, no nothing I had to sit through. So they are really, really, really bad. Yeah, you need the string and the whiteboard to make everything make sense. I never heard the name Kayla before this case.
Yeah, Kayla is a popular name. Michaela, and Kayla. So a lot of people who are named Michaela go by Kayla. So
Oh, Michaela is a weird name. M. Young, I always say people should be happy that they get jury duty because remember how many bad cases you've seen with the jury? We should have all the people who know about how you should be on the jury doing it instead of all the people who are too dumb to get out of jury duty. Around that time, a lot of people called their kid Kayla. My niece's name is Kayla. Yeah, it's funny how my actually I'm not. My first name isn't broken, but
it
my name
isn't?
was no. But my first name was like top 3 of Danish names for 15 or 20 years. Kayla sounds the same Gaelic spelling. Michaela.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like child cases, but when I was 6, my best friend was missing, and it's always bothered me. It's still, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's rough when it get that close. I remember my dad used to. He was a EMT firefighter. I can still remember the day when a guy my age had unalived his sister, my sister's age. When my dad came home that day, that was a weird day. He was very, very. He wouldn't. When we went to bed and that, he sat with us, and normally he didn't do that. And we shared a room, and he was just sitting there with us all night. That was such a weird day. I think that's one of the few things that really hit him because we had the same age.
Yeah.
Well, legally, it's not. But it's my government name.
what was Kayla? Kayla, you were with at the time was
My wife.
okay, Montgomery, and then Kayla he was with is
I have no
idea who she was. Okay, so there was grandma and Kevin. They moved out in when?
Grandma moved out in like.
I'm just trying to think of people we can talk to.
I'm
like,
trying to
kinda
figure it out.
corroborate that
I'm
stuff,
trying
you know
to
what I
figure
mean?
it out to go back. Like I think we moved over. Thank you. I think we moved over there. I think we moved over there in like, I don't know, October, September, somewhere around then.
October.
And what year is that?
Sounds almost
October.
German.
2018.
Okay.
And at the time, I was going for custody for my daughter for at least a year already at that point. And Crystal was showing no interest of going to get our daughter back. So finally, in like, I don't know, December, January, February, something along them lines, courts called me and told me I could come pick her up and bring her home. Brought her home. And then, I don't know, it was, I think the month before, my grandmother left with my brother and his girlfriend. And then the month after, I want to say, Kevin left.
So then who was left living at the house?
Me, Kayla, and the kids.
In that time period, I don't know which kids were born yet and who was.
It was Declan and Seamus.
Okay, and then
Hey, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Look how she calls you beautiful, but me, it's just. Did you watch MT's show this morning?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Ah.
Danielle was on the show. She thinks
Was
I'm
she?
27 years old.
Aw. No,
I
MG
like
party's too
Danielle.
late for me. I know, I like Danielle too.
No, when she thinks I'm 27 years old, I like her a lot. She's gonna be our guest angel this Saturday on Stabby Day.
Is she?
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
so you can talk about your periods again.
We're not talking about periods. We're talking about cycles.
Oh, cycle. Sorry. I liked it being called as one. Yeah.
And then Harmony moved in with us.
okay. So what time did DCYF get involved with you guys? Like, were they over there often, or was it just like a certain period of time? Or
They were there every single day. The police showed up every single day.
Oh,
Saying
you were
they-
right, Leandro. They were there.
Because, oh, that's what it was. That's what it was due. That's what it was due to. So Kevin moved out because between me and my wife and Kevin, we were supposed to like pay the bills, keep the heat on, the gas on, whatever. Well, Kevin was supposed to pay the electric bill. He didn't pay the electric bill. Me and my wife, so I picked my wife from work and showed up at home. They were shutting the electricity off. So me and Kevin got into an argument about not paying the bill.
Yeah.
And he took his shit and moved out. And then so the next day, DCY, or 2 days later, something like that, I don't know, DCYF showed up and the police showed up because they said that we were unfit to have the children at the house because there was no electricity in the house.
Okay.
But we had a generator running, we had the fridge hooked up to it, there's food in the fridge, everything was fine. The police showed up, seen that the kids was fine, there was nothing wrong with them. The DCYF showed up and they left.
And was that like summer, fall? Like, when was that?
This is the part I don't get. Multiple times, both the police and the DCYF showed up. And these were heavy drug users.
Did nothing.
You can tell he hasn't been clean since he was in prison the last time. And they just turned around and that's it. I'm not a big fan of the state removing kids, but in some cases, I used to be in when I was in city council, I spent 2 years on the kids council or whatever you call it, the part where it had to do with schools and kids and stuff like that. And sometimes we get some of the cases brought before us if there was complaints about kids being removed from the homes and stuff like that. And the stuff we had to sit and read through, and the parents still believe they were the best things in sliced bread for those kids, and they just treated them like trash. Oh. Well, we see the sun 2 days of a year when it's summer. I don't have filters on. I have soft lighting, that's all. But remember, fat don't crack.
Whatever. Soft lighting.
I want to say maybe spring going into summer, maybe.
Oh, okay. So like, you guys hadn't been there for too long then.
6 months or so.
Okay. And how did it end up that you guys got kicked out of there?
All right, so it was my grandmother's house.
Right.
They didn't pay the mortgage or whatever. They moved to Florida, so the mortgage payments weren't being paid. And I don't know, right around Thanksgiving sometimes, the sheriffs came and threw us out. And then me, Harmony, and Declan, Seamus, and Kayla left.
And where the heck did you guys go from there?
We were in our car.
Oh, so you lived in your car at that time?
For
in the car.
A couple of days.
Okay.
And then
did you have like a van or something like that back then at least? What were you driving back then?
Chrysler of some kind, I forget.
Oh, so it was just like a sedan?
Car, sedan, yeah.
Okay, so you're living in the car, so you, Kayla, and the 3 kids were living in the car for a few days, and then how'd you get up out of that situation?
I never wear sunscreen.
Like who took you in, or where'd you guys end up?
Shame on you.
Kayla's mom's house.
Okay. And
Oh, I
what's
do it
her
on my tattoos.
name?
Chris.
I wear it everywhere.
Well, I mean, she must be okay. She's willing to take you guys in.
Yeah. All right. They're like, all right. I, you know what, man? Like, I don't even want to talk anymore. Like, this is just beating around the bush, man. It just seems a little too silly to me.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who can substantiate.
No, they didn't lose the house until late. Well, around Halloween. What comes first, Thanksgiving or Halloween?
Halloween.
Yeah, so around Halloween they lost the house, and he supposedly smacked her around in the summer. Jennifer Compley's skincare. Don't. She got prison didn't treat her well.
Your claims that there's like you're not this like
it's just to show how harsh light I could have.
Either DCYF made you out to be, or your family who you didn't get along with, or whoever. So that's why I'm trying to like let you kind of speak your piece about all that shit. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I just got nothing else to say. And like, no, yeah, and like, I just don't want to sit there and like.
It was her grandma's house, and they didn't pay
Sure.
the installments.
Oh yeah.
Another smoke?
I'll be honest, I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm a little lightheaded myself.
All right, well, I just know I smoke blunts for a minute.
That's all good.
But yeah, no, but to sit there, man, and sit there and tell me you yourself too, like this is why I feel like it's just all bullshit. This is just a game. I know it is. I'm not stupid.
I'm just trying to give you the opportunity to explain yourself.
You're sitting here telling me not to make me out to look like some monster.
Well,
but you told my girlfriend the other day that she should get the fuck away from me. That you don't even know who I am and what my past is like and all types of crazy shit. Like, but sit there and look me in my face.
Adam, I think you're talking about Kelsey.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Kelsey might be exaggerating a little bit.
Right. But I don't know her to exaggerate like that.
It wasn't us talking to Kelsey either.
Oh,
there was other people talking to her, just so you know.
She told me, she gave me your card and said this was the guy that said it.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you that I didn't say that. But if you want to believe it, that's fine.
I mean, she never had no reason to lie to me, so I don't know what she would lie about at that point.
She also told me she had no idea that you had a daughter, so I guess we could say the same thing about you telling her that.
Right, well,
right?
She knew I had a daughter. I mean, I have one with Kayla, so she knew I had a daughter.
She didn't know about Harmony.
She knew I had other kids.
She told me she had no idea that you ever like lived with her and that you like barely knew her. I don't know if she was lying to me because or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know her. I know you better than her, so that's what I'm saying. So Christina takes you guys in, and she's doing all right. And then would you guys move over to Union Street after that? Is that when you guys get that spot?
Nope, we go to the shelter.
And that's the one on.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Who's we? Who went to the shelter? They allowed you to go as a family to the shelter?
See, I thought they didn't let guys there for some reason.
They always let guys there. They didn't let me there this time for no reason. Their reason was bullshit because I would have been there with Kayla again.
So back then they let you in there.
Oh yeah.
And it was all of you guys like.
I didn't understand that part. He has Crystal, who's his girlfriend, and he has his wife Kayla, who's at the shelter where they don't let him in for any bullshit reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably because they know the guy and they probably know he's.
That's not the. I know he's a bad guy and I know he has a restraining order. It's the I have a girlfriend and a wife part. I'm living in a car with my girlfriend while my wife is at a shelter. I'm not saying you Americans have a weird dating life, but I'm looking forward to Tennessee now.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get married and get a girlfriend.
5 of you, they let you
Why
guys
not?
stay there?
And I'm going to go home pregnant.
No. All right, so yeah, you guys are just.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to understand. I don't know your timeline of life, man. You're there. I'm not. That's why I'm trying to ask you these questions to clarify them.
I already told you the other day what transpired. So we didn't even go to her mother's house.
Okay. Who didn't go to her mother's house?
Harmony was all.
Okay, so Harmony didn't go to Chris's house. So explain to me how she didn't end up going to Chris's house.
I've already explained this to you.
Okay.
Well, there's some discrepancies between what you're telling us and what other people are telling us. You're saying you brought her down to Mass, and somebody said she came up from Mass.
I never once said I brought her down to Mass.
What did you say? She came up here to get her?
I never once said. I was audio video recording the other day. I never once said I went down to Mass.
So you're saying that she came up from Mass?
I'm not saying anything else.
Well, that's Eastern
Why is it you
Europeans.
refuse to talk about her every time we bring her up?
Because you guys are just sitting here beating a bush. It's over and over. You guys ask me what happened the other day. I told you what happened.
Do you do that often? Is that another sexual thing, beating the bush?
No, he just said it wrong and it made me laugh. Beating around the bush or beating a dead horse, but he said beating a bush, which doesn't. I think he meant.
Yeah.
A dead horse.
It could be something sexual.
It could be.
I don't know. It's cold up there. Maybe they don't go Brazilian.
You wouldn't tell us the other day.
You guys talked to me the other day. I explained to him what happened the other day, and now it was just a charade. Yep. No, don't worry about it. You're not under arrest, and I'll come up with some fucking bullshit.
We didn't arrest you.
No, the other day, no. But then you had a fucking SWAT team roll up on me and the fucking D-Techs follow me around for the last 3 days.
Yeah, people are coming out of the woodwork. That's what we're trying to tell you. Like, we don't want you to be painted as a monster. We want you to maybe explain yourself a little bit and give us some side of your story. We have nothing. We have just what we're hearing from people. $40,000 to drag a lot of people out, whether you believe you're your friends or not.
Well, I bet
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I know it is. Absolutely, it is.
That's what we're trying to get. Now's your time. Like
That's another thing. $40,000 in a drug environment. I bet a couple of them dragged their dead mom down there and said, "Oh, look, it's Harmony."
You keep locking up on us. You don't want to tell us anything about her.
I got nothing else to say.
I think you care
about all my kids.
Right. But the one I care the most about is your daughter, Harmony. And we have people around the clock calling into us, giving us tips from all over the country because they care too to try to find where she is. My only goal, which I told you the other day, is to make sure that she's safe. I don't want you to get tied into something if you didn't do anything wrong. My job is not to jam somebody up for something that they didn't do wrong. And if you can tell me that you didn't do anything wrong, then I want to believe you because, dude, I've met you now a few times. I helped you out when you were at the hospital when you were having a fucking meltdown. You told me about your kids. I sat there and I talked to you. Dude, I could have fucking tased you right there. And I didn't do that because I saw deep down inside that you were hurting and that I wanted to help you.
But why would you
Right
tase
now,
him?
all I'm trying to do is help your daughter. I want to bring her home, and I can't do that without your help. Dude, I can't do that without your help. Help, hey, can you look at me? Help me, please. That's all I'm asking for. I can't sleep until I know that she's okay. And I know that you know where she is or what happened to her, but I can't do it without your help. And if you don't want to look like this fucking animal, because I don't think you are. Not that I don't think you are, I know you aren't.
The
But
dog bite option.
I can only do so much for you, man.
I know.
I'm begging you to help me. Because as much as you're hurting inside, I'm also hurting inside. And I don't know how you can sleep at night because I'm sure it's eating the shit out of you. Am I wrong?
No, it's eating me apart. I know I'm not fucking seeing my wife. I'm not seeing my kids. You guys are
Right.
just playing games like this. Is just
Dude, but I'm not trying.
We're not trying to play games.
Like,
telling my wife and kids that I'm not allowed to see my wife and kids. Like,
but dude, that was a mistake from some court paperwork that hadn't been updated. So like I said, I apologize for that.
but it was updated. DCYF told them.
No. This was some.
What is he not talking about right now? What did
Harmony.
the officer just spend 2 minutes saying to him? I can't sleep at night till Harmony is safe, until I know Harmony is safe. And he switched it right around to talking about, oh, you made a mistake and I'm not allowed to see my wife and my children.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say, well, it eats me up too.
Yeah. Not saying a word.
Yeah, it's he does this every time they bring up Harmony and mentions her by name. The first time they brought her up, he got angry and said, "Oh." The second time he asked for a cigarette. This time he started yelling at them that you play games with me.
Like DV paperwork I'm talking about.
But I'm talking about DCYF already told us multiple times that there was no contact order.
Maybe
Okay.
through DCYF, but
It could have been through DCYF.
It's
So let's,
something criminal.
dude, let's fucking forget about it.
All right,
You've seen your kid, you've seen your wife and kids over the last how many days, right?
I haven't seen them in the last. I haven't seen my kids in the last 2 days, 3 days.
Okay.
This is I believe New Hampshire. Yeah, New Hampshire. Yeah, it's Manchester, New Hampshire is where he lives.
You're always going to be their father, Declan, Seamus, and then Sierra, right? Kiera. And then there's Harmony.
I got nothing else to say. That's it. That's it, guys. I got nothing
Hey,
else to say.
can you make me a promise? Like man to man? Can you tell me that she's
No.
alive?
You're gonna play the same word games that you played with me the other
No.
day.
It's not word games.
I got nothing
Because
else
we
to
care,
say.
man. We want to know.
This isn't gonna go anywhere. Like this isn't gonna stop. So
No,
you know.
no, it's not.
So
No, so
either get on the bus now or get run over.
I got nothing else to say.
Why is it you have so much trouble talking about Harmony?
Guys, I got nothing else to say. I want a lawyer with me.
Yeah, you said the magic words.
Well, we just copy this ex parte or
Yeah, that's his interaction with the police. It took him a little while, maybe too long, to say the magic words, "I want a lawyer." But 4 times they mentioned her name, and every time he switched it around.
You know what it reminds me a lot of? Our
Hmm?
friend Sadie.
Yeah. Every time they asked her about something, it was something new. It was the Petco mafia. It was the pregnant lady. No, she wasn't pregnant. She had her fake
Well,
belly full of cash.
oh, Sadie and Letitia.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I knew where
Yeah.
you were going, though.
I have too many crazy ladies in my life.
We do have too many crazy ladies we've dealt with.
But
It's just like, what are they not talking about? Oh, the person that's missing, the child that's missing, the other child that's missing. Like, none of these people.
yeah, it's always try to move it around. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. And the way he gets defensive every time they mention her name, I really don't like it. But it's going to be an interesting case, and
Yeah.
that's why
Well, it'd be
I wanted.
interesting what their defense is. What is defense? I mean, I'm sure he's just going to be like, prove it. There's no body. There's no. But nothing is more shady than a man who had custody of his daughter and now she's disappeared and you just are very blasé about it. You're not trying to find her or asking questions.
Yeah, and that's why I think the second the jury hears that he never did anything to find her, he will get convicted of that.
Oh, yeah.
And again, trial has nothing to do with law and everything to do with juries.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not a bad city, but it had its pocket of mill rats. I watched his gun charges, and let me just say, none of the people brought into court that day was. I wouldn't have them over for a barbecue.
Oh my God. I love everybody's like little sayings. Pocket of
Should
mill
we end on
rats.
a high note and see
Yeah.
what Aaron got me? Just hope it's not my Baldo.
God, stop it. I wish she was here. She'd be so excited.
I wish the expert was here. It's his idea.
Well, if you see her in chat at some point, you gotta show her.
I'm not saying this is a little overkill. This is the box. This is the toy.
Yep. Well, you know, they wanted to keep it safe.
Yeah.
Just flapping around in there.
When I sell 500 of my watercolors to people in the US, I'm going to send this. I can use this box to send it across the.
There you go.
Because, yeah.
Amazon is great about that. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, it's my G.I. Joe Duke because the expert thinks I look like him.
You do. It's spitting image.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Aaron Hack. Oh, and sadly they bent the corner, so it's not pristine. That doesn't matter.
Jerks.
Yeah. It's really, it's very not good condition. Well, it's fresh from the store, and it looked like they spilled something on it. Well, it doesn't matter. It goes into the collection. Thank you so much, Aaron. Your dad is about to barbecue only in Texas. 73 degrees. How 73 degrees? That's like 20 something. That's amazing. Well, keep it in a wrapper or rip it off and play with it.
Yeah, you gotta rip it out of the box, or is it staying in the box?
Well, I'll probably have it stay in the box. Well, it has like a display stand with his name on it, so I might pull it out.
No. Yeah.
Pulling it out will be on my OnlyFans later. I'll be cooking on the grill and it's 41. It could be snowing. I'll cook on the grill. I don't even own a grill.
Yeah, Liz, I get that completely. Cook on a grill anytime.
My brother gave me a big grill thingy to take to flip burgers and stuff that has a bottle opener in it. And he said, "Oh, it's be good so you can drink some beers." I said, "I don't own a grill." He said, "I thought you had a grill." I said, "Nope, never had one. Pretty sure I saw one over here." Well, it might not have been my house you were in because I never owned a grill.
Whose house are you in, brother?
Yeah, I don't know. But
Well, that's what you gotta put that on your list. You need a grill.
no, because I don't like grilling.
Oh my God. But you've never done it. How do you know?
Well, I did it at my parents' house, and I did it a whole lot when I was deployed. I grilled for 400 people.
Yeah,
So,
but you're grilling for yourself. It's different.
yeah, but
It's different when you have to like grill a bunch of stuff for a bunch of people.
But I'm single. Turning the
it's
grill
so
on
cute.
and waiting for the coals to get ready to grill 2 hot dogs and a steak.
Oh, a steak, burgers, and then you can actually put like veggies and stuff on there. Like I do potatoes and zucchini and stuff
I don't
on
like
the grill.
zucchini.
Oh my God. Well, it doesn't have to be zucchini. It could be anything. Asparagus, Brussels sprouts.
Asparagus is good. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much, Aaron Hack.
Isn't he, Richard? Good.
Oh
So
no,
great.
it's my my grill thingy, my ding. Well, now I know what I put on my wish list.
I know, Peter.
Yeah,
He does.
Peter
He
knows
bakes.
it.
He doesn't cook.
How do you cook your steak on a pan?
Is it cast iron?
No,
Oh my God.
I don't eat steak that often. I'm from Denmark. We eat a lot of pork. Steak. I think I have steak at New Year's and maybe once or twice other in the year. Beef is really expensive in Denmark.
Is it?
Shovel your deck in the Michigan winter and grill. You use a gas grill. Yeah, but then you don't get the flavor. That's the problem because I could get me a little. I was actually looking at one of those table. I don't know. Do you know the do you call them Weber? They're famous grills. You probably have some American name for it, like Weber or something like that. They have a little table grill, and I thought, well, the 2 times a year I might bring over some friends to visit me. We could do like a grill outside, but I think gas grills you don't get the flavor. If you're grilling, you want the charcoal flavor.
My mom got a little hibachi one, like just a small one that's small, and you just put it on top of something and grill.
Yeah, but again, we do that, but it's the gas part I don't like because if I
No,
want
this
to,
is charcoal, like a little charcoal grill, but it's just a little mini one.
because you can.
I used to be like a well done girl on everything, and now it has to be medium rare. I love medium rare.
You go with one of
Yeah,
these.
that's what I was that's what that's like kind of what they use for like call it a camping grill. We always called it a camping grill. But yeah.
That's a camping grill. Let's go anywhere grill.
Yeah.
Because something that size, then I might grill some more. But again, I would just like because if I'm using gas, I can just as well use my stove and get a grill pan. You're going to make me American. I'm going to be Mexican because I'm going to Taco Bell. How can I chew what? Well,
Did you
I
say
make I share I put what we you burn it on both sides and then you chuck it into the oven.
burn it? You don't burn it, right? You just sear it. Sear
Sear
it
it.
on both
Yeah, I couldn't
sides.
remember the word, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I was like, wait, you burn it like a hockey puck?
No, I like a medium.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should get a smoky old premium.
Such a, well, there's your go anywhere gas grill, but you gotta get charcoal. Charcoal is like the best.
Yeah, because that. Oh, I could get an electric one. That's 3 times the price of this one. I don't want to do that. No, that's a gas one too. Can't find any table. Oh, this one.
How much is that in American? That's not what it is.
This one. This is a little 35 centimeters, so that's. It's like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can that's enough for one person.
Yep.
That's roughly $50, and this is a charcoal, but it's probably some because it's not a name brand, so they're probably really bad, and it only lasts a season. But $50 for a season could be okay.
No, yeah, that's not bad.
And the one I really want to, because the 3 days a year we have a decent summer evening. I want to sit outside, read a book, and have like a little fire going. And you can use them for those as well, instead of buying a garden what would you call it, fireplace.
Yeah.
Well, if you took the gas grill I showed you. Okay, Google, hvor meget er 1100 kroner i dollar?
1.100 danske kroner svarer cirka til 160,41 amerikanske dollar.
The table gas grill is 160 American.
Oof.
Hmm.
That's a lot.
Medium rare grill now.
I know,
No,
me
well
too.
done. Well done is for pork and chicken. Beef should always be medium. Back in the day, I liked especially like tenderloin. Get that bleu. That was great. Tailgater grill by Coleman. Tall and legs fall right down. Yeah, I would like one because these little table crappy things. Then you have to have it on your table or have another table standing out there. Would like one that's you could permanently put up so you could use it as a fireplace. Volcanic rock is magic for grilling steaks. Yeah, doesn't some of the gas grills have like a layer of volcanic rock in them? So it cost $89 there. Yeah, so hey, big dog, big D dog.
Big D dog.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be back next week when this case starts. Your neighbor have that grill. Which one of them? The Weber or the other one? Yeah, but again, remember who said we had free education? That's the price we pay for free education. $100 for a tailgater. Rare still moving in the middle. Well, I like the sweet spot between medium rare and rare. It's somewhere there, but it's I don't like it. I have a thing about raw meat. I hate my sister really likes what's it called? The one where you put the egg on top. That's just raw meat.
Oh, like
why can't I remember that now?
oh, what the heck? Isn't it like somebody's gonna know?
Yeah, it's just raw meat formed like it's a burger bun that's not been done with a raw egg. That's yeah.
Isn't that tartar? Like tartar?
Tartar, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
I hate that. And she really loves it, and I just please don't. But again, I had a salmonella infection when I was 18, and I remember that to this day. Most black people only eat meat well done. Well, that's too bad. All kinds of meats need different temperatures and stuff. Everything minced meat, always make sure everything is burned through, because that's old meat. That's the old steaks they put for minced meat. As part of my culinary school, I had to be 2 weeks in a butcher, and they said the first day you sell a roast, the next day you sell steaks or pork chops. Then you made it into like chopped up meat. Then you made it into minced meat, and in the end you made some kind of pate. Just hide that it's old. Same grill, 17.5 inch. Well, again, it's expensive to live in Denmark. Steak au pois, no tartar. Yeah, salmonella will get you. So I don't eat much poultry, because passing out on the floor in the bakery wasn't a fun day, and the week living on the throne wasn't that fun either. So, but Jamie, talking about the throne, I'm gonna end because I have to go to bed, because Molly comes tomorrow at some time, so I have to clean the house. So yeah, I'm gonna send you all over to Dave. Go and say hey to Dave, and say hi to Jamie. We'll be back sometime, if not before then, on Saturday for Stab Your Day, where Danielle will be our lovely guest host. Arrivederci, as they say in Uruguay.
Your Honor, I apologize.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor. 100, because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
Well, do you see the lawyer's face? Okay, we have to go back and they.
Widower case.
Did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.